Welcome to this interesting session of Habitat of the Living. So students, today is the session 1 of Habitat of the Living, in which we will go through the introductory slide of the habitat, and we will also learn more about the other habitats which are present in this world. So let us have a roller coaster ride of Habitat of the Living. Let us start with today's interesting session of habitat. Yes, an organism's habitat provides it everything it needs to survive, including food and shelter. So we know that the home of an animal is also within its habitat. Now students, we know very well that animals live everywhere on Earth, in every kind of terrain and in every kind of climate. An animal's living place is called its habitat. Most animals are only adapted to live in 1 or 2 habitats. Like a fish, it lives in the water, that is its aquatic habitat. A walrus, it could not live in a desert. Like a snake, it could not live for a long time in the Arctic. Some animals migrate in the spring and again in the fall, in the autumn season, to find warmer habitats with an abundance of food. So, there are many habitats in which different types of animals live. So let us see what exactly do we mean by habitat? Yes, there are different kinds of animals that live in different places. So what do we call the habitat? Yes, the place where an animal lives in is called its habitat. Like there are different types of habitats that make a home for all the different types of animals. Now we know that everything that is living needs a home. An animal is a living thing. Animals grow. They start out as babies, or they reproduce as babies and grow into adult animals. They need water, sunlight, food, air to live and grow properly. For an animal to grow, it needs to live where it can get what it needs. Because there are many different kinds of animals, they live in many different places. The place that an animal lives is called its habitat. So basically animals need shelter to protect them from the weather or other animals. Since most animals live near the type of food which is available at their place, and they eat the type of food they want and the type of shelter they live, that all depends upon the habitat. Like a beaver makes a dam, a lion hides in the bushes, and a bee lives in a hive. Some animals live in the hot, dry desert. The desert is also one type of habitat, and these animals are able to go for long periods without just a little water. Not without, but with just a little water. There are some animals that live in the jungle, and monkeys that live in the jungles, the trees, they make a perfect habitat for them. There are some types of animals that live in water. Can you think of some? Yes, there are large fishes, sharks, whales that live in the ocean, and smaller animals or amphibians like frogs, and other animals like turtles and trout, they live in or near lakes and rivers. So, basically, the animal that lives in its place, or the type of shelter or the type of food they get, it's all included in this habitat. So habitats are where these organisms, these animals live. Plants, animals, humans, they choose habitats for many reasons depending upon their particular needs. So what is basically a habitat? Yes, the place that an animal lives in is called its habitat. that there is much more about habitat. There is much more to learn about habitat. Yes, a habitat is also considered as an environment or a place where an animal, plant, or person lives. Like here is an example: a fox kills its prey, then it buries it and eats it later. That's how a fox manipulates its habitat and survives. Now you must have seen many animals in the zoo. So is zoo the habitat of the animals that you see there? No. This is because the zoo is not the place where these animals are found naturally. For example, a tiger's habitat is the forest, where it is found naturally. Zoo is not the habitat of a tiger. So, an organism's habitat provides it everything it needs to survive, including food, shelter, and the type of condition, the type of weather. So basically, it all depends upon their particular needs. Like a cave habitat is different from a hilltop glade habitat. Forests provide different habitats than meadows, stream banks, or farmers' fields. And humans have changed and provided habitats for many kinds of plants and animals, like building a small dam for a water mill or a large one. A large one dam creates new habitats for fish. Then building a road, it also changes the habitats of forest creatures. Building towns and cities change the habitats of plants and animals and even people who lived there before. So basically, a habitat is an environment or a place where an animal, plant, or person lives and how they survive in that area, and in what way they survive. So habitat is the immediate environment in which a living organism exists, or an animal or a plant exists. A habitat can exist in any size and can even be as small as a rock pool or a log that is decaying on the forest floor. So the word habitat, however, generally refers to the grouping of animals and plants together with their surroundings. Habitats contain both living organisms and non-living objects. We are not basically considering the non-living objects because they are not living. So we can say that habitats contain these living organisms, and they can contain anywhere from just a few species to thousands of them, all coexisting in a very small space. So what are the factors that shape these habitats? Yes, there are some factors, like the most fundamental influence which has created on the habitats along with the climate is the mountain ranges, deserts, and rainforests. They are all shaped by the changes beneath the surface of the earth, and then they rely on the climate to make them come alive. Habitats can vary from enormous wet oceans to the arid to dry deserts, and they are found everywhere we look on earth. There are some factors like temperature and rainfall, the biggest climatic factors that help to shape habitat, and changes in these factors can have devastating effects on habitats and animals all around the world. Such as the biggest issue which is right now going on is the ice melting in the polar regions. So basically, this is all about habitat. So the 6 major habitats which we are going to discuss in our sessions is these ones: forests, grasslands, deserts, mountains, polar regions, and aquatic habitat. There are other habitats too, like polar or arctic areas, oceans, grasslands, which are also popularly called as savanna, then woodland forest, tundra region, pond, rivers, lakes, tide pool, cave. There are also other habitats, but the 6 major habitats which we are going to discuss are forests, grasslands, deserts, mountains, polar regions, and aquatic habitat. So let us start with the first major habitat in today's session. Yes, forests. We know very well, students, that forests are large areas covered with trees and plants. They cover about 1/3 of our planet. So good. And several types of plants various animals are found in forests. We know it very well. Now here you can see the picture of many animals and insects which are found in the forests. Now, how can we define a forest? Basically, it is a complex community of organisms in which trees are the dominant life form and their physical environment interacting as a unit. So basically, forests cover almost 1/3 of the Earth's land. There have been 5,000 years. 5,000 years ago, they covered over half the Earth, but now it has been 1/3. So forests have been and still are important for many reasons, like healthy forests filter water, they remove air pollution, then they sequester carbon, they provide homes for wildlife and plants, they prevent soil erosion and play a very important role in climate control. And forests are places of beauty and recreation. They provide food, fuel, medicine for all the people over the world. Probably most importantly, forests produce large amounts of oxygen that we need to breathe because there are so many trees over there. And we know that plants are very much helpful for us because they give out oxygen that we breathe in. So the two things are there which can help us determine what kind of forest we are looking at. The climate and the kinds or the types of animals and plants which are present. So here you can see this beautiful image of the forest where you can see various different types of animals, birds, plants, and other microorganisms too. So this is forest. Forests are the large areas which are covered with trees and plants, and several types of plants and animals are also found in forests. So basically, there are 3 major types of forests on Earth. First is the tropical forests, second, temperate forests, and third, boreal forests. And in today's session, we will study about tropical forests in detail, and rest of the forests we will study in the next session. So let us start with today's session and learn about these tropical forests. Yes, we know that there are many millions of species of plants, insects and microorganisms in rainforests, and they are still undiscovered by scientists, by humans. So basically, these tropical forests, also known as rainforests, are found between the equator and the 2 tropics called Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So here is the beautiful image of the tropical forests. Now they do not look similar all the time, but we can say that where there are many trees, where there is much amount of rain falling there, because the rain, it is the region where it rains a lot. It is popularly termed as rainforest. So the tropical forests are also known as rainforests, and they are found between the equator and the two tropics, that is Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Now we saw that where it is exactly located, but what is the temperature and how much rainfall is there, and what type of plants and animals are present, or they are, and how many plants and animals are found in the tropical forests. Let's have a look at it. Yes, here you can see again the beautiful image of the tropical rainforest, or we can say the tropical forest or the rainforest. So here the temperature of these forests range from 20 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius. And these regions receive heavy rainfall throughout the year. Like the annual rainfall here in these tropical forests is more than 200 centimeter. Now you can imagine that why it is named as rainforest, because here the annual rainfall is more than 200 centimeter. How amazing it is, right? So this is the beautiful image of the tropical forests, and here you can see one more beautiful image. This is the image of the Amazon forest, which is a type of rainforest. How beautiful it looks. So here more than 200 centimeter rainfall is there annually. These regions receive so heavy rainfall, and there are many plants and other species of plants which are found over here. And that is why they look so green in color. So most of the trees over here are evergreen. So basically, the vast variety of flora and fauna are found in these forests. Flora means plants and trees, and fauna, we find animals, or we can say that vast variety or the several species of plants and animals are found in these forests. Now let us see what type of plants and animals we can find here. Yes, orchids, vines, mosses and ferns. These are some of the plants which we can find in the tropical forests or the rainforest. Now here you can see the beautiful image of vines. These are vines which are present in the tropical rainforest. These are vines. A more clearer picture of vines. Let us have a look at other images too. Yes, this is a beautiful picture of orchids. So various types of species of orchids are found in these forests. They are not only of white or yellow or pink color, but they are of very different colors, beautiful colors. Here you can see the beautiful image of ferns which have such type of shape, such type of leaves. And here there is a beautiful picture of mosses. They are found in between the stones and water. So basically these plants are found in tropical forests. There are animals too which are found in these tropical forests, like bats, monkeys, gorillas, jaguars, toucans, sloths, macaws, and a vast variety of insects too. So here you can see the beautiful image of a bat. This is the picture of toucan. This is toucan. And this is the more clearer picture of toucan. See how beautiful beak the toucan has. And this is a picture of sloth. So many sloths are also found here. There are other animals too, like this is gorilla. This is a beautiful picture of mini macaw. This is a type of bird which is found in tropical forest. Mini macaw. This is the picture of jaguar. This is the beautiful image of macaw again, but this is the scarlet macaw. These beautiful birds which you can see here, they are named as scarlet macaws. Here you can see the types of insects, like here is a beetle and here is another type of insect. So a vast variety of insects are also found in the tropical forests. So basically their temperature, the amount of rainfall, and the plants and animals, they all are found in these tropical forests. It all depends upon the weather, the temperature, the amount of rainfall, and the plants and animals by which we can say that these are tropical forests. Now here there are many beautiful images of tropical forests. They all do not look similar, but they all are the images of tropical forests. So let us revive these tropical forests. Yes, tropical forests are also known as rainforests. Now you will be very amazed to know that rainforests are the forests that get a great deal of rain and have extremely diverse wildlife. We saw many animals too. So rainforests are basically found in tropical regions across the southern hemisphere, and they contain more than 50% of all living species on Earth. And there are two main types of rainforest habitat, one of which are the tropical rainforests. So they are generally close to the equator, where the climate is warm and the conditions are ideal for the plant growth, and it tends to have various layers. These forests have various layers, like there are different animals and plants inhabiting this different rainforest types. Tropical rainforests are home to a large variety of tall tree species. Here you can see there are some tall tree species, right? So these rainforests are home to a large variety of tall tree species due to the constant water flow. And the trees which are found in these forests are generally taller in size. So tropical forests also seem to be home to smaller primates and bird species, where larger animals such as tigers, large snakes inhabit the changing seasonal rainforests. Gorilla, which is a large animal, then jaguar and other types of birds which are present. So basically more than half of the world's species of plants and animals are found in the rainforests. And rainforests support, or they have a very broad area of animals, including mammals, reptiles, birds, and invertebrates. So rainforest mammals may also include primates, wild cats, and there are also numerous reptiles present or found over here. So numerous species of birds and insects are also found in rainforests around the world, as we saw that macaw, bat, sloths, toucans, they are found in these tropical forests. So due to the amount of water and plant life, there is also plenty of food for these smaller animals to eat. that there are also more smaller animals for the larger animals to eat. So basically the animals that live in the rainforest are also well adapted to life there, with many animal species often adopting a arboreal lifestyle, means a tree dwelling lifestyle. Like we saw sloth. Sloth is a type of animal which is a tree dwelling animal. So there are many animals that live in this rainforest and they have well adapted to this life. So the world's forests are thought to be responsible for nearly 30% of the world's oxygen turnover through the production of oxygen. So thanks to this, their process, photosynthesis. However, both the numerous plant and animal species are rapidly disappearing due to deforestation, habitat loss, and biochemical releases to the atmosphere. But then too, these rainforests have so many trees and they are so helpful to us. And many such species of living organisms are found in these type of forests. So, this is all about the tropical forests. I hope you enjoyed this interesting session of habitat and you enjoyed knowing about the tropical forests, but there are other types of forests too. So we will discuss about the temperate forests and boreal forests in the next session. Till then, keep learning. Have a nice time. Thank you.